should be arrested for the assault that he put on James Harden. Just abused him at every single turn, annihilated him. It ain't just Jalen Brunson that should be arrested for assault. It's the rest of the Knicks, because everybody at that point was targeting James Harden because he couldn't stop a cold.
So typically understated, Stephen A. We'll hear from him coming up in an hour and a half. But you made an interesting point. It came from this side of the table. I can't remember who said it first. This feels like if there was going to be a game to win, and the fans in Cleveland will very well remember the game I'm thinking of. Game 1 of the finals against Golden State, the J.R. Smith game. When reaction?
Speaking of timeouts. Speaking of timeouts.
I don't think the Cavaliers are going to win that series anyway, but any chance they had at all of even making it competitive went up in smoke in that moment. And while this isn't the same stage and it's not any of that, this has a bit of a feel to me of that.
LeBron punched the whiteboard, cracked the bone in his hand, and that was it. That's how mad he was, because he knew he missed it. And the Cavs players are all being diplomatic, but they knew how bad this was. Jalen Brunson was being diplomatic after the game. When Lisa said, "How'd this happen?" He said, "I don't know." He does know. He knows exactly what happened in this. And
Mike Brown said it.
Yeah.
Mike Brown said we were targeting James Harden. You don't hear that very often, by the way. Mike Brown, the coach of the Knicks, basically said afterwards, "Oh yeah, we were targeting James Harden."
Where did Mike Brown used to coach?
Yeah, he used to coach Golden State.
You hear privately.
Oh, so there's a back. You're talking about like the history with Harden.
He used to coach in Cleveland.
Oh, and Cleveland too. That's right. That's right. I was thinking of him on the Golden State bench. Yes.
You hear privately. I mean, we all have been behind the curtain. And that's where you get to talk. All these things at the lectern, at the dais, most of it's a waste of time. You want real explanations, you go often to assistant coaches, but the coaches who are strategists, and they will tell you privately, because they don't want to be seen saying it publicly. But you know what happened. And so there are people, this is what is part of what, sadly, James Harden's been a great player. He's been an MVP in this league. Mm-hmm. But this has been going on every May for more than 10 years. This defensively. And I remember asking players, why are you doing this? What's happening? And you get the explanation. This doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's not like the Knicks designed this yesterday morning. They knew if they could get to this, and if Cleveland acquiesced and allowed it to happen, that's how they're going to get back. And the fact that both things happened is sort of amazing.
What I'm about to say, I'm not saying with my chest, but I'm going to say it. The Cavs were down 2-0 in the last series to the Pistons. Yeah. They come back and win 4 out of 5. In the first round against Toronto, they had a very difficult loss. You may remember R.J. Barrett hits the shot that bounces on the rim 3 times. Mm-hmm. They had to drag themselves back to Cleveland after that. They have, because I said they're 8-7. That means they've had a lot of losses in the last 5 weeks. They have picked themselves up from it before. But this Knicks team is really good. And, the thing is, for the last, 10 days, they came down. Now they've got momentum again.
That's the thing. It's the rest versus rust thing. There's no more rust. And the rest, I think, starts to be a bigger advantage now.
Back-to-back Game 7s. That is mentally, psychologically, physically exhausting. That was the game to get, as a player, I don't know how. You try to tell yourself, oh, that one's over. It's in the chamber. It's done. It ain't. It always sits there. It's going to sit there.
That one felt like a big one. It felt like more than one win and more than one defeat last night. Meanwhile, in the West, we got Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals tonight between the Spurs and the Thunder. Game 1 saw a Victor Wembanyama performance that felt like the beginning of something completely different. 41 points, 24 rebounds, double overtime win. SGA and the Thunder need to bounce back tonight. History says that they have to. Teams that are up 2-0 in best-of-7 series in the playoffs go on to win 92% of the time. By the way, in NBA history, there's never been a 1 seed that has come back from a 2-0 hole in the conference finals. They are 0-6 all time. The last time a 1 seed trailed 2-0 in the conference finals was Boston in 2017 against LeBron and the Cavaliers. So all that adds up to something I heard Stephen A. say on First Take yesterday, and I believe you were on with him. He said Game 2 is a must-win for Oklahoma City, which is the same thing as saying the defense of a championship rides on tonight's game.
It does. Mm-hmm. Look, with the way San Antonio has played and the progression, the evolution of Victor Wembanyama and those players, you lose. The reason why the percentage is what it is is because when you're the 1 seed, you automatically have the first 2 games at home.
Mm-hmm.
So it means you're not just down 0-2, you're down 0-2 having lost the 2 games at home, and you're going on the road now. And again, Wembanyama has this thing that at 22, it's amazing. He has killer in him. Mm-hmm. He is ruthless. He wants to take you out. And historically, there have been very few guys who have that and all the ability, right? And all the circumstances around it. So Oklahoma City, I don't want to discount them. I picked Oklahoma City. I'm one of those people who thought, okay, it's too soon. It's not about too young. It's too soon. You don't go from the lottery to the NBA Finals is what I thought. Well, Oklahoma City's got one chance at home to stop that train. It's tonight.
And if it's going to happen, at least part of the reason one would assume is that the MVP is going to have to be the best player on the floor, right? I mean, Victor Wembanyama was the best player on the floor by a wide margin in Game 1. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the MVP of the league. Tonight he needs to look like it.
Let's elevate something a little bit. Last 5 games, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hasn't been himself. True. He's averaging about 8 points less than his season average. This is the series with the Lakers in Game 1. Yeah. He's shooting about 7 or 8% lower than his percentage. He shot 55% during the season. I mean, the percentage is pretty high. Yeah. The Lakers double-teamed the heck out of him. The Spurs, I think, double and a half teamed him because they put 2 guys on him and then they had the 7'5" guy come over the top. I know that this is so much about Victor. I actually think that the Thunder did a decent job on Victor. I know that you look at 41 and 24, you're like, that can't be true. He's 9 of 19 for 27 points in regulation. You can win with that. It's Shai. This is a guy who has averaged 30 for 4 straight seasons. He's averaging 24 his last 5 games. That's where the rubber's going to meet the road. How
does he get off? If you're SGA tonight, how do you and how does your team make sure you go off?
First off, I just love the mano thing. Like I know that it's always teams, but I love the fact that Victor was like, yeah, it's this MVP thing. I want that.
Yeah.
Right. And I think the way Johnson and the Spurs are guarding him is uniquely different. First off, Wemby's playing off of Alex Caruso. So he's a free safety in the middle of the lane. Right. Okay? And every video that you're going to see on these highlights of SGA at the top of the key, they're actually playing the nail, which means you have 2 defenders that are kind of like seeping in. They're almost playing a zone. So he's seeing multiple bodies. And even when he gets by his primary defender, you have Wemby who's there, who comes over from the top, which alters the shot. So guys like Alex Caruso, other guys have to make shots from the outside and have to beat you first in order for SGA to get off.
And Caruso did. He had 31.
Yeah, and I agree with Brian. I think offensively, what Wemby did, he had some moments, but he does what he does. To me, it's his defensive impact on their decision-making with shooting, hesitation in their offense. That's all a huge part of it. They've got to figure out how to get him out of the paint. They did later in the game, but that's a big part of the strategy in Game 2. And one more thing, I understand Wemby is the story. He's precocious, of course, but those guards, I mean, I'm sorry, but Castle and Harper don't play like young players. They play like they're ready for the moment, too, and that's what makes them dangerous.
Without De'Aaron Fox in Game 1. Sham's going to be in our studio a little bit later. We'll find out the status on him. In the meantime, I'll do something else. While we have Wilbon here, every time we have Wilbon in, I try and find some anniversary for you. A way back Wednesday. We're going back 32 years ago today. I was in the building. I'm guessing you were in the building.
You were like 12.
Roll the tape.
Rejected by Horace Grant, who leads the team in blocks in the playoffs. Great passing. Baby! Holy cow! Now right there, a lot was said. And Scottie Pippen just went over to tell Spike Lee a few things also. Because as Pippen dunked, this was an elevation. Now he is jacked up.
Michael, everybody, what's our reaction here?
I've been friends with, I covered Patrick Ewing as a freshman at Georgetown.
Yeah.
We reminisced last night about getting to know each other 44 years ago. I love Patrick. I never bring up this moment because while Michael Jordan has all the great dunks in anybody's career, that dunk, Scottie Pippen going over and then standing over Patrick, I never mention it.
Well,
because
Michael,
that electrified a city, not just a building.
Michael, I worked for a couple of years here at ESPN with Scottie, and I always brought up this moment because he loved it.
Yes.
He loved talking
up to Scottie.
There's something about just emasculating another man. when you walk over him like that.
And then yelling at Spike Lee to sit down.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who won the series.
The Knicks wound up winning that series.
Right.
There was a call on Hugh Hollins. That came
we don't mention.
What?
If you want to try and bring that up.
We don't
Foul's a
mention Hugh
foul.
Hollins.
Anyway.
We don't ever.
Foul's a foul.
I always like to try and find something for Mr. Wilbon that's a little fun.
Find something for the old guy.
32 years ago today.
How could it be?
32
There's,
years.
you could do that matchup. The Bulls Knicks has so many of those things. The Starks dunk, obviously. The Jordan's greatest dunk is going around Kiki Vandeweghe, Oakley twice,
Oh, my
and
God.
flushing Patrick.
Hey, the
so
Knicks
it's one
are
of
back.
those two.
The Knicks are back. Where are the Bulls?
Oh, that's not too bad.
Leave my
You know
son
what?
alone, man.
That wasn't me.
wild, too.
That was not me. I did not say that.
More on the collapse of this century. Did the Cavs just give themselves a knockout